Hey everyone, I've had this idea in my head for the last few years. I've talked to a couple other students that I've met, and the idea has helped them. It's the same idea that's really helped me when it comes to approaching my undergrad, but it's just been kind of staying in my head for the last little while, so I wanted to put it somewhere. It's a perspective on college, university, or a different way of looking at college and university. And it's looking at colleges and universities more like opportunities as opposed to just academics. Throughout my undergrad, I met a ton of students who had this sort of stereotype about what college or university is. They kind of just thought it was classes only. So you'd wake up, you'd go to your classes, you'd go home, you'd hang out with friends, you'd study, and that was really it. Now, I'm not saying academics aren't important. Definitely focus on your classes and try to get really high grades. But with colleges and universities, there's so many extra opportunities that exist outside of your typical classroom. A lot of students I meet think that they just take the required classes throughout their 4 years and then that's it. But there are a ton of extra opportunities in your academics that would really teach you a lot and also look really good on a transcript. For example, self-directed classes where you get to study a very specific subject that you want to study. Another example is a semester abroad where you actually move to a different country for 4 months and study there. That is one of the more popular options, but that does sit outside of the mainstream of what people think your 4 years of university or college are going to be. The big things that I tell people to look at is opportunities to get involved. If you've seen my other videos, you know I rave about getting involved or joining extracurriculars. I think it's a fantastic opportunity to do while you're in college or university. But the thing I want to point out is that a lot of students have a tendency to shy away from those because they think they aren't important as your grades. Now, I'm sure you've read online or seen videos online of people saying college doesn't prepare you for a job or university doesn't prepare you for a job as well. There is a bit of truth for that if all you're doing is studying and memorizing and getting grades in classes. When you finish your undergrad, you might have that degree, but you don't have any skills to go along with it. But thankfully, you don't need to abandon university or college to get those skills. You can do both. Now, there are plenty of different ways of approaching your undergrad. For example, like I said before, you can take more unique classes. You can join a club, you can work part-time, you can volunteer with a professor, and those are just the more academic job employability side of things. There are tons of things you can do while you're at university or college that can also make your experience a lot better. For example, attending events on campus like sports games, or when your degree or your major puts on an event. If your university or college campus is connected to sort of wider transit, taking a day trip to a different city. Something that I've done quite a ton throughout my undergrad. I won't get into the nitty-gritties, but I just really wanted to share this new perspective. That a lot of people look at university and college as just academics, and while the academics are important, there's so many other things that are available for you. And if you approach university or college with this mindset of, I want to experience as much as I can that's manageable for me, you're going to start looking outside the box and look for new opportunities that you might have not considered before. And what that's going to lead you to is not only having really good grades, but also having a ton of skills to put on your resume, a ton of work experience, volunteer experience to put on your resume, and also memories that you can think about down the road. I like to use the example of my second year where not only was I studying, I was also working part-time at the fitness center. That's where I made a ton of new friends. That's where I spent a lot of my time. I also got paid to be there. I was still able to focus on my classes, and a lot of the friends I made while I was in that role were the friends that I share a lot of memories with. So I'll end it there, but basically, to repeat myself for the 14th millionth time, look at your time in university or college as an opportunity to try new things, to take on new roles, and to have new experiences. That's it for me. If you liked the video, leave a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, leave a thumbs down, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.